All right, Shalom. For the first one, give our praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Don't want to see apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Until I come across the globe, put your word of truth and sincerity. I want to say Shalom. Isaiah 61 and 1. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh, is upon me. For the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. The Lord had a specific message that needed to be delivered. The message that needed to be delivered was only meant for the many chose to bring forth. You know, being grateful, being appreciative of the gift that we have, Yahweh Shah, with the spirit of prophecy, allowed us to be endowed with the understanding of the scriptures, the unction. He said, we know all things, and now we talk about the men of the Lord, all about the desire of those men, the prophets, to teach the scripture directly and correctly, by dividing the word of truth. Unto who? Unto the meek, right, the house of Israel, to give them comfort, to give them knowledge of our power, to preach to them the salvation, all right, that have been granted by Yahweh Shemiah Shai unto us, to let them know that we are the Lord's chosen, to let them know we can be free of the bondage of this world by freeing our mind, okay, by the washing of the word, cleansing our spirit, cleansing our life, all right, so we could be acceptable sacrifices, all right, a sheep without no blemish to the Lord, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of the Most High, our power, to comfort all that mourn. You know, that acceptable year is coming, man. The day of doom, all right? We're in the midst of World War III. The infrastructure for the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, is here. Inflation is coming. You're going to have sedition of men. You're going to have violence and neighbors invading one another, Egyptian against Egyptian. All right, we're going to be avenged of by power, Yahweh Yahushai. He's going to lay a vengeance upon Edom, okay? And our captivity here in Babylon, aka America, is going to come to an end. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he may be glorified. You know, let's get this real quick. I think some Proverbs. Might be Psalms. Let me see. Jeremiah 17 and 8. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and a spread out her roots by the river. So this is so 7. So blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is. You know, that was very heavy for us, man. You know, trusting in Yahweh Shem outside that we're going to escape the perils, the famine, the sword, the hour of temptation. You see, when you have a job, you work your job, you know, you expect to get paid. You know, and we humbly, all right, are looking for our reward for trusting in the Lord to be delivered from these sore judgments, from Jacob's trouble. All right. We shall be as a tree planted by the waters that spreadeth out her roots by the river, shall not see when heat cometh, for their leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. You know, and that's the elect. You know, those are the prophets that are here. All right. We're gonna have everlasting salvation where we're not gonna we're gonna live forever. We're gonna be immortal. All right, we're gonna have generation upon generation of children. All right, so we're gonna be world without end. It says, verse 3, to point unto them the year, the morn, so like to point unto them that mourn in Zion, to give beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the tree of righteousness of the Lord, the planting that the Lord might be fulfilled, that he might be fulfilled. You know, the Lord gonna wipe away all our sorrows, all our infirmities. He gonna give us, he said, our kingdom is gonna be, look at this, brass,